Alright, guys. Back with some more Final Fantasy VI T Edition. Oh, for some reason my controller's not working. Oh, there we go. Oh, jeez. Is that weird permissions thing again? One sec. I'm not sure. Good old tech issues. Okay, there we go. Huh. I thought I fixed that whole on-air problem, but I guess it's being strange again.
It's just more discrimination, that's all.
Oh, you know what? I think I have to set it within the room. That's weird, though. It was changed before, and now it's back to the way it was. Well, that's fine, I guess. Maybe this should work. Anyway, it should be fixed now for next time, I guess. I did a little bit, a very tiny bit of leveling up earlier. The encounters were pretty rough. And they've increased the prices on some things to be pretty ridiculous. Like, there's a relic in the shop that's like 18,000 gil.
Just for a brisk 18,000.
Yeah, and they've definitely taken away some of the money and experience value on enemies. Like, I remember if you fought 2 dragon fossils in the desert here, then you would get around like 3,000 gil, and now it's like 1,700 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of sucks. And the status effects are just ridiculous. Way too much blind and zombie, and I thought it was bad enough in the original game. So yeah, my feelings are mixed on this so far. I have a feeling, though, that for the extra content, it's probably going to be ridiculous. It makes me wonder if it's even worth it.
To some people, it seems to be.
Yeah, I guess. The only blessing for this part of the game is that I have free healing, so that makes it a little bit better.
I guess that was nice of them to do that, at least.
Yeah, this airship is way better because it has the store built in and the healing guy. How's the Octopath Traveler going?
I didn't get a chance to play it today. My wife has been playing the game that you did a stream about last Sunday. All day. Well, we left a little bit for...
the Fire Emblem?
Yeah. We left for a couple hours, but for the most part, that's been it. So I haven't had a chance to.
How is the new one?
I mean, I don't think I'll be playing it, but it has nothing at all to do with social justice stuff. It's just it it it, it feels like it's a game designed for women. I'll just say that.
Huh.
Like stereotypically designed for it. The story doesn't interest me, and I would really just rather they go back to the old-fashioned, here's a political conflict where they're using supernatural items maybe to advance their position, and that's it. When they start adding in all this other stuff, it's like, I thought we were playing a strategy game.
Maybe now the strategy is to see how long you can go before you cringe.
Well, it seems like everybody's cringing because you have all those social justice people like, oh, this is too problematic.
Not enough relationship options, which is just a very silly thing to be hung up on. And I never see it being resolved in a meaningful way because there's always going to be something that's not going to be included.
And I would like to point out how minimal like relationships are to the entire gameplay. Like, yeah, they serve a purpose, otherwise they wouldn't have them there. But they're making a big deal like, oh, you can't have these two people fall in love when it really should be like, well, it would be better if they could, like, the purpose for it in the older ones was for reproduction.
Can't have
You would
that.
it would be a generational game. You start with one generation and then you move to the next generation, and that generation has your offspring, and then your offspring has a combination of skill points based or attributes based on their parents. That's what it was. But then, of course, when it was either Awakening or one of the 3DS ones, they started whining about that, and oh, why can't you have LGBT relationships and all of that? And so then they implemented it, and it didn't make any sense because how can you pass down traits? But we won't even get into that.
That's hilarious.
So then this one is like
which they are getting mad at, and they're like, oh, it's hollow because it doesn't have any impact. It's like, yeah, well, it kind of can't. I mean, I don't know where's the baby coming from. Doesn't come out of that hole.
So it's like they're whining more because whatever headcanon they have, they don't get to see.
Well, my question is, where are all the polyamorous asexuals? I mean, come on. I hate Sandstorm.
So do I.
Especially since Celis just can't make it through one of these battles, and therefore she is gaining absolutely no experience, and is just stuck being a weakling. I can't say I'm very happy with how badly it seems like she's been destroyed.
Not with the way that she acts in this point of the game. Women, am I right, guys?
480 HP. They turned her into like a fragile little being. I guess it's supposed to maybe give her the more mage-like stats, but kind of conflicts with the whole knight thing. I've also been forgetting to switch around the espers, but I'm not done. Perhaps she'd be closer to being finished with the spells if she could survive battles. That might help when gaining AP or MP or whatever it's called. I think it was AP. I didn't want this to turn into a grinding stream, but
Oh, well, I guess.
I'm not sure there's a choice.
Sometimes you gotta do that, though. Grinding is never what anybody wants, but sometimes it's necessary. But yeah, the game is just not, it's not something I care about. But
Yeah, I guess
there's, I mean, there's so many other things to get worked up over, and they're worked up over nothing. That's a big part of what my problem is. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. A lot of those things don't mean anything. And notice they never complain about gameplay.
Yeah, that's definitely a little strange.
Well, because I was saying this last week when we were doing the video that they're not there to do anything but whine. They don't play any of the games that they complain about. They're just there to get clicks.
There does seem to be a lot of that going on.
I mean, it basically is etiquette for spoiled middle-class people that never had any real problems. Because they're making such a big deal over nothing, and for whatever reason it's working. There are enough people out there taking it seriously.
I think it's just because it's like, it's easy victory. It's easier to do something with fiction than it is to solve a real problem. But you can get you can draw the same feeling out of it, I guess.
Yeah, well, I remember listening to a podcast where they were talking about, like, one person was like, I don't think there's much value in trying to have a conversation about, in that case, whether or not Islam is directly encouraging people or believers towards terrorism, and the other person was like, well, I think you don't like to discuss things that don't have a simple solution. Like, I think it's a conversation we need to have, and I didn't really agree with it at all, because I personally just don't like having conversations about things that you're not going to solve. Like, to me, it's just intellectual masturbation when you are like, well, let's talk about the effects that Islam has on its followers. Well, if you're not going to do anything about it, and this is all just a thought exercise, I don't see a value in talking about it. It just makes you think that it makes you feel better, I guess, that you're talking about it. But if you acknowledge that there's not a solution, or there's not a simple solution, then why are you talking about it? Like, what do you hope to get? Wow, I had a conversation about religion or whatever else, and I came out of it no different than when I came in. I just did it just because we need to have a conversation about it, and I hate when people are like, well, we should have a conversation about it.
When it's framed that way, when they say that I don't know, it feels like it comes out of that handbook, and it's weird. I don't know what that creature was supposed to be, or what game it was from. I also don't have the drill, which I miss because that was one of the best tools. Flash was pretty cool too, and I don't have that either. I don't know if I just forgot to buy it. I don't think so. I feel like I stopped at South Figaro and looked, and it wasn't there. I guess the least I can do is visit these other towns when I'm leveling up.
Did they change the music for Jidor, or was it? Because I don't remember it always being the Alzur's theme.
Yeah, I think they might have. I think there's a, if I'm not mistaken, there's a setting where you can just have the default music. I have to look for it, or I don't know if it's as easy as going in the menu, or there's something special that you have to do within the files that you get when you download the game or patch. If it's simple, I might just switch to the original music because it's kind of off-putting. Not because the music is bad, it's just not what I'm used to hearing. Let's see. I don't see it. I thought there was a soundtrack thing that they put in here. Oh, there is. But it's just a music player. Or I can just listen to whatever. Like how that song is just named 2 question marks for some reason.
Oh, yeah. I thought sometimes they say it has a different name, but I've always thought it was just 2 question marks.
It sounds like they redid the music with the Final Fantasy VI instrumentation.
Yes.
That's kind of cool. Oh, I guess once you exit, it goes back to the regular music. It'd be kind of cool if you could just set different songs. Okay, I don't know how I messed that up. These blitzes. Unpredictable. I can't find the, usually those dog enemies, you can, if you're lucky, you can steal the tiger mask, which is a pretty good helmet that's like way beyond this area, because the next time you get one is like the World of Ruin, and I've stolen from them a bunch of times and I can't get one, so I wonder if that's been changed. Which is sort of unfortunate. Why does Miranda have to be all the way over here?
Yeah, that's always a deadly trap. I did it a lot. And it's like you're always getting yourself in trouble if you try to go over there. And yet I still did it.
I don't remember how much value there is. I guess they have a good armor shop, and you get to meet the Lola girl. But other than that,
Yeah, because that Esper you get, you could just get later. Zone Seeker, I think.
oh, I think that's at the auction house. And then in Zen or whatever, there's Seraph or something.
Seraphim.
Yeah. Which you can't get until after the research facility breakout. Or there's 2 dots over here now. I wonder what the other one is. A chocobo forest, maybe? That's probably what it is.
I actually don't see anything because I would have to read it if I did, but I guess I can look at it anyway.
Yeah, that's what it was. It's a chocobo stall.
Yeah, I used to do that a lot. Take the Chocobo stall all the way there and save myself at least that bit of trouble.
I'll consider it, but I think I should probably just do the battles. Because I get the feeling that the research facility is going to be quite fun. Let's see how things have changed here. Clock, no elixir. Mithril and iron armor. I don't need that. Dogfight. Why did I get 8,000 gil? That was weird. I mean, I'm not complaining, really, but... How come the Dark Claw is weaker? Oh no. Huh. I see. That's a new weapon. And so are those stupid bamboo sticks, but they're not really useful.
Kind of like in Dragon Warrior.
Yeah.
Or what were they? Were the cypress sticks?
Yep. They made the shurikens really expensive too in this one. They're not 30 gil anymore. They're now 1600 or something like that. Not happy about that. Those were one of my favorite items to use.
Yeah, I kind of miss the old cheap shurikens, but I guess they want to make everything arbitrarily expensive.
I don't know what that's supposed to do beyond annoy me, but what's done is done. Heal all. Maybe that's the panacea or whatever. Yeah, I think so. Or maybe the X potion. I don't know.
Oh, another thing that's annoying is like they're trying to do like anime opening music videos for the intro to Fire Emblem.
Oh, really?
This is not at all what Fire Emblem's about. I don't need J-pop singers and anime characters in a militaristic strategy combat simulator or a medieval military combat simulation game.
It looked like I've seen very little of it, but it looked like the character models were a lot bigger too.
Yeah, they are. Because there's a lot of like free roaming parts of the game, which is very different from what the majority of the series has been, where it's either you're on the map fighting or
Like in a little story sequence.
yeah. You have an occasional moment in I think later games where you can kind of move around in a small area like your own fort or whatever.
We need more open world aspects.
Oh boy.
Like, no thanks. But now apparently open world makes it a Breath of the Wild ripoff or something. I can't keep up.
Because
It's like, that never existed before. I forgot what game they were saying about it. It was some Chinese game that's coming out soon.
I didn't realize that was why they said it was ripping off, because it was
I'm not sure exactly what it was, but I feel like that was one of the things I saw listed.
I haven't seen everything. I just saw at least that people were talking about.
I mean, looking at it, I didn't see anything that really looked like Breath of the Wild to me. They're two different art styles, and I mean, I don't really know what the gameplay is like. Maybe it's action RPG-ish.
I mean, it's Zelda, so...
But Zelda doesn't really have the monopoly on action RPGs. I mean, there's the Mana series and stuff.
Yeah, but you know how people are.
Well, it doesn't help that you have like people on YouTube now making that sort of clickbait style video about it, where it's like this Breath of the Wild ripoff. What? I didn't even watch it. I don't even want to know, but just obnoxious.
Every time I look at how just they've ruined or whined about these games, it just makes me want to make one where it hopefully doesn't suck. Because this just like nothing's original. The things that are good, people want to whine about things that don't matter.
Yeah, it has to change in some way that is not meaningful to the purpose of the game.
Yeah, like we need more of whatever representation.
Great. Maybe I should have bought 2 of those Dark Claws. Oh no, never mind. Because the Burning Fist or whatever was more powerful.
Oh, what is the Exploding Fist?
Or
Sabin's.
It was one of his claws. No. What was it? What did it used to be called? The Fire Knuckle or something?
I don't remember. I think Japanese was Burning Claw.
Yeah, it's Burning Claw now, so I guess that's more accurate. But there's a new weapon called the Dark Claw, but I guess it's just a little. It's stronger than the Kaiser, but it's weaker than the Burning Claw. So I bought one to replace my other. They have Chocobo stables all over the place now.
I wonder if the Magitech research facility will be.
Okay, I don't know why he just gave me money, but that was cool. He said thank you for something.
Well, hey.
I wonder if maybe I should check my rare items list, because I don't know. Maybe that's what was going on. Weapons. Just mithril stuff. Which I don't need. Oh, okay. They have actual mithril armor, but how much better is that than ninja gear? Ninja gear
Where my ninjas at?
Has the better stat boosting. Well, I guess you only lose. What do you get? Wow, you only get 1 defense and 1 magic power, but you lose 2 speed and 4 magic defense. Not worth it.
But I love Ninja Gear, and they're not making it good.
The Ninja Gear was actually superior. So,
Oh, okay.
So I bought a piece of armor, but I didn't have to equip it because I was already wearing something better. I guess it's alright. Gotta have at least 1 in the inventory. Is there anything I can sell? Move out of my way, kid.
Don't use any problematic language.
Let's see how expensive the relic shop is here. Probably. I don't know what that one is, but I don't have one, so I will get it. Well, I guess I can't really delay anymore, so to Vector it is.
I don't have any, any exciting stories about furries or anything. Oh, the sprites are re-edited to be based off of their box art design.
And apparently we can change outfits later on, so there's that.
Yes, you can, because she can change into her opera outfit.
I think there's also there's there's outfits based on characters from other classes from other Final Fantasies and other characters as well.
My understanding is yes, there is.
We can do some cosplay in game. I think they have different stat bonuses, but I don't remember.
The last thing I want are cosplay related things. I don't. I'm not into the scene or whatever they call it. What did they used to call it for, like, emo or punk, like you're a scene kid or something?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I haven't heard that in a long time.
I think I heard the term straight edge from you.
I haven't heard that in a long time either.
Well, I guess that's in again.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Alright then. Yeah, it was one of those terms that I never even really heard. But then when somebody would ask me, like, "Oh, do you do this and this?" and I'm like, "No," and they're like, "Oh, so you're straight edge?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? What? I'm what?" This thing that I wasn't even aware of, I guess.
I mean, in today's society, straight edge, with all the different things out there, that really means something. Big trans energy or whatever.
I have no idea what that is. I
I
remember
don't think
seeing it, but
I don't think he does either. He just likes to hear himself talk. And the problem is that as long as people keep humoring him, he will think his opinions are worth something.
yeah, and it also gets to the point of like even responding is part of the issue. But it's sort of like two ways because you could just stop responding, but also people aren't going to stop listening and thinking those are good ideas. So I don't know how effective abstaining actually is. Because it would kind of have to be everybody would have to walk away.
Yeah, and
Unfortunately, that's probably not going to happen.
pretty safe bet it won't.
Yeah, I do try to stay mostly out of that, though, just because it's not... The most that I've seen from that person has just been on Twitter. I'm not going to really take the time to go watch whatever crap they're putting out there.
Yeah, like it gets old real fast. Always having to. Oh, did you hear what so and so said? Oh, they probably said something dumb. The end.
Really, really dumb. Am I ready? I believe so. Or at least ready as I'll ever be.
It gets tiresome, like having to get outraged or getting outraged over these people. They're not right.
Yeah, it's just this weird little cult YouTube following. Do you kind of remember when... I mean, I don't know if this has really gone away, but I haven't seen it in quite a while. Where, if you didn't make what people thought was like an intelligent argument and instead you just opted to make like jokes at the person because you thought it was stupid, they would kind of try to dog on you for not being, not approaching the topic in an intellectual enough way.
Didn't they do that with you and like shoe on head videos?
Yeah, because it's like, yeah, I decided to go for mockery in some instances. It's like, why? I don't know. It's not always worth doing that. Sometimes it's funny just to make fun of how dumb something is.
How dare you make fun of my whatever they call her?
I mean, that's. I feel like that's sort of shifted a little bit because now it seems like the whole intellectual thing gets kind of mocked, which rightfully so. It went on for far too long, unchecked. But it's just interesting how those things change.
Yeah, I guess I'll wait and see. I'm not sure yet. You don't hear the whole you're not being logical thing anymore, but people still act obnoxious over those kinds of things where they're like, oh, I'm just more intelligent than you are because...
I should probably pull up a map here. Do you know of a good resource for maps of this area?
No, maybe GameFAQ. That would seem the most reasonable choice, but I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just remember that you can kind of... I mean, I think you can backtrack, but it's very easy to sort of miss things. And I'd rather not really backtrack much if I can avoid it.
No, backtracking is never fun, especially not in these types of games. Because I mean that's at the point in the game where things are really starting to pick up and it gets a lot more action-packed, so to speak.
Well, I found a map, but it's just not one that has markers on it, which is kind of stupid. The old GameFAQs maps. Magitech Factory, there we go. Okay. You are here. I think there's also one that's kind of hidden in the wall or something. It's like a gold armor.
Yeah, something like that is hidden in there.
I don't know what it is anymore, but it used to be gold armor, I think. Well, magic is certainly more useful in here, but I don't have much of it. How did I mess up the Phoenix dance?
Sometimes that happens. Happens to me a number of times.
It always seems to happen when I feel like I've done it correctly, too. I missed it again. I don't know. It's weird. Okay. Have to do some Esper rearranging here.
There's a name we don't see anymore.
What's that?
Esper.
Oh, yeah. I'm just used to calling it that. Anything else seems kind of strange. Oh, no. I went on the completely wrong path. Shit. I hope I can get back up. Okay, I can't. Flame tongue. There we go. That's what I meant to do. I would have thought something called the Shadow Blade would have had some sort of dark elemental properties, but it doesn't seem like it does.
Yeah, that seems counterintuitive. But hey, what do I know? I didn't make this game hack, so
I better save state while I'm at it. That was pointless.
oh boy.
It's way too much blind. Wonder if I can just equip the silver spectacles on each character. Really? It doesn't work? That's sad. It used to be that if you equipped that while you had the status effect, it used to take it away. Come on, guys, I'm trying to save my consumables here. Damn it.
Oh, these people. Oh, the voice acting in that Fire Emblem game just
Leaves much to be desired.
yeah.
I can only imagine.
And I haven't even tried looking up yet to see
If you could find any crossovers.
well, how many of them are part of the famed Funimation cabal of idiots who stick together.
Did you see one of the latest narratives where it turns out one of the initial accusations was actually they mistook Vic for somebody else?
I think I heard something about it.
And it turns out it was one of Monica Real's ex-boyfriends.
Yeah, because he was a pedophile or something.
Some crazy shit. I don't remember exactly, but it was not good.
Yeah. Well, way to go there, guys. You nailed it.
The credibility of all of this just dwindles more and more as time goes on. It's a really strange situation too. I mean, all of this over voice acting.
Yeah, like one of the most inconsequential things to me.
Plus, it's really odd because it's like it's not even direct competition. Like, obviously, Vic gets male voice roles. These women get female voice roles, or little boys.
Yeah. I don't understand just the source of the jealousy and all that, and it seems very, very odd to me. And the fact that they want to destroy somebody's life over it is like, okay, sure.
I doubt that it's an explanation we'll ever really get to hear, considering they're not willing to be honest in the first place. Okay, where did I just get dropped down to, according to this map? There we are. 3. Where is treasure box G at? Oh wait, did I skip F? I think so. It's still very weird seeing that frog status effect, knowing that the head of Frog from Chrono Trigger was kind of Franken-sprited on there.
They just had to make that reference, so that everybody could be comfortable. Enjoy a nice Chrono Trigger reference.
I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's just strange because you're used to seeing that head on a bigger body.
Yeah. Well, and somebody with armor too.
That too, yes. All right, here's G. It's a slasher.
Oh, you know what annoys me about Octopath and apparently some other RPGs?
What's that?
No thought resetting.
Oh, that's right. There isn't. Yeah, I did come... there were a couple of instances where I was a little bit frustrated by that.
Well, there was a time when I think every time I reset, I was getting in the same kind of battle, and it was always... I was caught by surprise and couldn't get out of it, and it was infuriating because it just would never stop. Like there was one where every character was attacking one person, and I kid you not, for about 5 rounds, the same person, the only person who could break that enemy, kept missing.
Right.
It was Alphen, because it was one of those stupid lizards, and the lizards are only weak to one weapon usually, and so it's usually the axe, and so Alphen was the only one who had an axe at the time, and he just kept missing over and over.
Ugh.
Like, can you do anything that doesn't involve missing?
Just extremely low hit percentage. I wonder if that's attributed to characters or weapons or both.
I'm actually curious about that. Like, what is causing that to happen? Because that's just the norm. It's like you can't seem to do anything.
It's never a good sign when it feels like you have to battle mechanics or the numbers without really understanding what's going on with them in the background. Oh shit! I should have went down that one. Yeah, I mean, there's some minor complaints. There's some things that I hope they improve the next time around, for sure.
Well, I also wonder, is there even ever going to be like a follow-up continuation, or just even another game in that style?
Oh, there's going to be more in the Octopath series.
Oh,
Did you see that? Well, unfortunately, the first one is a mobile game, which is
good way to get me excited.
Right, right.
Sequel a mobile game.
Well, it's not. I don't think it's a direct sequel. I think it's prequel stuff. But they said they're also working on a console sequel. I don't know if that just means different set of characters. I imagine it would.
I'm sure people liked it, but I would be happier if we did not have random battles.
Yeah, I'd be okay without that if they did like the Chrono Trigger type thing.
Yeah, because because what happens is that it ends up being just like any other game with random battles, where you're like, well, okay, I can deal with it, and then how the game decides that you need to be in a battle more often than you probably want it to.
Yeah, I mean, it would also help with finding the enemies that you actually want to fight for grinding.
Yeah.
Because I mean, yeah, there'd still be somewhat of a randomness aspect to it, but at least there would be one of the type of monster in the battle.
Yeah, I think that a soft reset, and I would like to be able to fast travel to dungeons. It's nice that you can fast travel to towns, but
dungeons,
a lot of times you're going back and forth between the dungeon and the town, and so it'd be nice if you could do that.
I hope that when they come out with the console sequel, that it includes the prequel as part of the package, so that it's not just part of the series is randomly left to mobile.
Yeah.
I don't know how likely that is to happen, but it would be nice. And it would be a nice bonus. Are there more treasure chests? I think so. But I have to go all the way back around. I think I only played that, last year, and it just feels like it's been a really long time.
Yeah, you played it last year, I remember.
I think it was last summer.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember some of the streams. Because I was on some of them.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of, time has just been sort of strange. It feels like it was a lot longer than it actually was.
A different time. For me, slightly better time. since that's when I was there for the Boulder whatchamacallit.
Oh, the legendary stream.
Yeah.
All of that kind of went as fast as it came.
Yeah, it did. As did the Boulderversary, I think.
That was that was sort of like an uptick in the in the way things had been going. Got a Zephyr Cape, which I like those for some reason. Good stat boosters. Magic Evade, that is important. Because apparently everybody has really low Magic Evade.
What wasn't that one of those stats was
just broken?
Yeah, it was a bug, and so it just didn't even work.
I don't remember if that was the one or. She doesn't have that either. He doesn't have either of those. Okay. If only they would learn magic at a more consistent rate, it would be easier to. Wait a minute. Did I just come out of the top of there?
It's not consistent. What do you mean?
Just in the sense of that, since they're all learning spells with different espers at different speeds, somebody will be finished with one, and then I won't be able to equip someone else because they're not done with it. The other character's not done with it yet. Just leave situations where you have somebody that can't equip an esper just because I don't have enough to go around. That'll shortly be over, but. I almost. Did I get all the treasures? I didn't want to enlarge the image. Yeah, I did. Alright, we can move on.
Trying to remember what else happened last year besides the Boulderversary, Octopath, Dragon Quest XI.
There was, as far as streams, there was the St. Jude's thing.
The Heal stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was that, and which one? The one that y'all were talking about yesterday, the guy that cried.
Oh, the Goblin Slayer kid, or whatever he was.
The guy that said mint all the time.
The game philosopher. I haven't checked his channel. I wonder if he's still making videos.
Well, somebody's got to give us philosophical assessments of video games. So
I don't even think. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't even think he had any gaming videos.
He just called himself the gaming philosopher?
Yeah, I think it was one of those weird things where it's like they take two hobbies that they're into and just kind of cram the names together for the hell of it. Like, I like gaming. I like philosophy. Maybe I'm the game philosopher.
Oh,
It's like, man, does that name sound pretentious.
easily one of the most pretentious. And then his audio conveniently didn't work, so he tried to argue with you via the chat. I don't know if anybody remembered that part,
But that was fun.
but he was like, "Oh well, this isn't working, so I'll still debate you, but I'll do it from the YouTube chat."
Oh, is this even going to be a real fight? I don't even think I can damage them. Let's try the fire sword on...
Stay alert.
I feel like I'm in desperate need of Cure 2 already.
Isn't this around the time you should normally be getting it?
Yeah, I'll get it when I'm able to collect the other espers. Which is pretty soon.
I was about to say, this is usually that time. Oh, these people are very questionable in this game.
Are they part of a certain community
Yes.
or something?
Yeah, yes, they are definitely a part of a community. Like, all of them are very like there's not just a normal character. Like a character you can care about. All of these are like, oh, okay, you're talking.
The character designs didn't seem too interesting either. I didn't look at all of them, but the ones that I saw, nobody really stood out, I guess.
Yeah, that is definitely an accurate assessment, and in my esteemed opinion.
Which was kind of surprising, because even though I've never really played them, it seemed like before there were some I could see and like recognize. Maybe they're playing it too safe.
Well, yeah, well, they need a safe space. So.
Where's the ice brand? Who has that? Is it?
I thought you get it in.
Oh, I have it. I just didn't give it to anybody because I wasn't using it, I guess. I probably should have gave it to Edgar.
I used to call him Edo Gay when I bought the Japanese version, because I didn't fully understand Japanese all the way. So I was like, well, I know what that letter is, and I know what that letter is. So I guess his name is Edo Gay.
That might work.
And then at some time it hit me how the pronunciation worked for everything, even for like the spell names. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because like all the old walkthroughs of those days they would always give you the Romaji name of it.
Right.
And I didn't know how to pronounce it at the time. And so it so you get something that looks weird. So you're like, I guess this is called Faya or something like that. And then, well, then it finally hit me that, oh, it's Faya. Okay, I got it now.
These stupid flan enemies.
And I ended up doing the same thing for everybody. I still think it's dumb when some people want to say for Sabin that his name is Matthew because of how you could make his Japanese name look like. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with Mash here.
I hadn't heard that one. That's
Yeah, that's making a big leap to try to make that fit as Matthew in my esteemed opinion.
Would there be a better way to do it if that was actually his name?
Yeah, yeah, you could probably add like the long vowel um, symbol. I think that would work,
See, I never
or you
heard
could
that
use another letter
before,
Yeah.
but I guess now that you mention it, I guess I could maybe see where they were trying to get that from, but yeah, that's...
I think they were just trying to give everybody normal names, and it's like I don't think Realm or Stragus or Moog. I don't think those are
really normal,
names.
yeah. And I mean, MASH, as corny as it is, it does kind of fit with his character.
Yeah. Like Sabin probably fits better just because that's what we're all used to. But I mean, even though I've always, for much longer than Sabin, I've seen MASH. I still am like, oh yeah, it's MASH though, or it's Sabin. Like I'll read when I play the game. Of course, I'll read it and say, yeah, that's what it is. But otherwise, I don't really do that.
Was there any story on where they got Sabin from?
No, I don't think so.
I just wonder because it's like a completely different name. Like the Terratina thing, it sort of makes sense.
Well, yeah. Do you remember what his argument was for all of that?
Was it that it didn't sound exotic enough? It was just...
Yeah, he didn't. He had this thing where he didn't want to use like normal names because then, I don't know how he managed to make this leap in logic, but he was like, well, if there was a normal sounding name, somebody might think that we were talking about them.
Okay. I didn't realize that was part of it.
I guess in the current year generation that might be true, but in the mid 90s I don't really see anybody saying, oh, well, you were talking about me when you had that character Tina. I just don't see that. And not to mention that spelling might not be common, but calling the name Terra for a girl is not uncommon. So they would probably just think, okay, well, that's one of those goofy spellings of a name that some people like to do.
I just got destroyed there from that stupid level.
Facts and logic.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up on a YouTube compilation somewhere. I think there's like a breaker sword or break sword or something hidden in here. But where? Towards the end. Hey, some Final Fantasy IV enemies.
When is the Mist D going to show up?
It's probably... I'm not sure, but I feel like given how the characters are dressed and whatnot, it's probably towards endgame content.
They couldn't make that any more stereotypical, could they? Yeah. She has a deep voice and everything. She's a knight, and she's hitting on a female character.
Well then.
So she's mad because... Is the priest a guy or a girl? Okay, so she's mad that you are in a lesbian relationship with somebody else. You can be honest. You don't have to lie. It's 2019.
It's hip to be queer. I mean, square.
Yeah, there you go. I don't do that. I thought we didn't have to have that conversation, but there is definitely something inherently wrong with being a couple.
Indeed.
Don't listen to what people tell you. You don't have a lot of love to give.
Practically zero.
Yeah. Polyamory is not the answer. And now you're going to get people on your chat. How dare you say that polyamory is it's perfectly real and valid.
Man, I don't know what the difference is, but it seemed like last night there was a lot more exposure for the channel. Even prior to the hosting last night, there was a major difference in viewership.
Well, I imagine part of that is just being a Sunday, and because I did look at how many viewers there were, but I think it just is because it's Sunday and it's late.
Yeah, I guess that might be.
And some people have to go to work in the morning.
I was thinking that was a possibility, but then there's also the whole time zone aspect, but maybe there's just not many.
Well, that and
West
then
Coast.
and that and school is starting, so wherever the kids are, they're
damn, this isn't good. Everybody's confused. They're all questioning.
Yeah.
The fact that that's an identity is laughable.
Yeah, that was, I remember that was like when I was in college, they had an LGBTQ, like student group or whatever, and they couldn't really succinctly define what it is because different people would say different things. It would be like, oh, well, the Q means this.
Yeah, some people
Q...
say it means queer, some people say it means questioning.
Yeah.
I think we just have to accept that they're all perfectly real and valid, though.
Yeah, I kind of looked at that back then, and I was like, it just feels like they're just trying to find a way to get everybody in. Like they're trying to play off of we're a marginalized group, but then they're trying to expand the set as far as they can to get everybody in. It's like, well, you might not be, but even if you're questioning, hang out with us.
I get the feeling this battle is not going to be... Oh, no. Now, hold on a sec. I thought that this battle was easier. certainly. They're doing the whole barrier change thing now, so this is basically like Mage Master.
I guess get you off, or get you started off right.
I can't. That was a mistake too. Shouldn't have done Runic.
Has anybody ever answered the question to why we need a diverse, like why these corporations need diversity and inclusion officers?
I don't think I've heard an explanation. Please, can't there be some sort of like easy way to do this? Because apparently I can't just guess. Oh man, what a joke. Oh, he changed the barrier again. Is there any... There's no tell.
I don't think so. I can't.
That's obnoxious. Let it be Blizzard. Come on. Nope. That was some top tier healing.
I thought he did barrier change even in the original.
Yeah, but couldn't you damage him with
I mean, you could
weapons?
hit him, damage him.
Turn him into a toad. Let's go. Nope. I guess that was some wishful thinking there. Seems like none of the magic is hitting the mark here, but what do I know? Nope. It's not fire. Voice to background noise is low. Like, is the music too loud?
I can't hear the music at all, actually.
I'll turn the thing down just a little bit, just in case.
Yeah,
I do have a fan on, and that might be getting in the way, but it's just so hot in here.
I heard it yesterday, but I can't hear it now. So interesting how that all works out, I guess.
I may just be sitting a little bit too far back from the microphone.
Mm.
When you say background noise, though, do you mean the music or just like ambient? Like the fan, for example? I'm adjusting the volume for the music more. I could try to move the fan back a little bit so that maybe it doesn't blow into the mic. I'm just getting my ass kicked though, because all the spells are not working. I guess I may have to go back to suffering. Such is life. It's a little better now. Yeah, I moved it back. I may just turn it off in a couple minutes here. Okay, so apparently the barrier is ice, but the shitty part is I'm going to just end up healing him as soon as he changes it. I'm also probably dead. Oh, he casts sleep on himself. It's very clever. Oh, he changed it. Damn. may have to start this battle over.
It's one of the worst battles of our time.
Yeah, I mean, it would help if there was some kind of indication as to what he was changing to.
Yeah.
But just having to do like random spells, and then, oh, I just healed up all the damage that I did. That doesn't really sit too well with me. Let's try to steal. I definitely got something last time. Can I make him sleep? I'm guessing all status effects are probably going to be just useless. Then again, thanks for the ice cream there, Kiosk Man. Appreciate it.
It's
As long as it's an acceptable flavor. No. All right. This is not going according to plan at all. So I've tried Blizzard. I've tried. Doesn't somebody have fire? And he changed it. I wonder if somebody else who has played through this game has some sort of strategy for this, because I feel like this is one of those not it moments.
This ain't it, Chief.
Yes, as much as I am not a fan of that whole thing.
Yikes, oof, this ain't it, Chief.
There's like a whole list there.
Yeah. There's a whole list of retarded things.
It's like you just don't have to use your words anymore. You have to just make it as short as possible.
Yeah, I mean that's the best way to do it.
Before too long, we can all just go back to communicating in a series of grunts.
Oh, that time's coming.
Ah, civilization. I don't have bio. Because I haven't received the Esper that teaches it yet. I have the Bio Blaster, but apparently it just didn't hit. I forgot. What does the Noise Blaster do? That's Confuse, right?
Yeah, it turns them, confuses them.
I've tried all of the elements, and none of it has worked. What have they done to this battle? They've definitely ruined it. And then, like, when he switches barrier mid-spell, that just makes it worse. Try Thunder again, since it changed. Nope. It's not ice. It's not thunder. You can't stop progress. Well, I guess you can. All aboard the progress train.
That's right. It's current year, so you have to accept what it is.
That's the best way to do things, obviously. How many elements are there? I thought... Okay, so the chainsaw actually connected. So maybe I can just get by doing chainsaw. It's going to take a while, though. Didn't that Common Filth radio channel get deleted recently?
Yeah, I thought he did something to upset everybody. He said something, I don't know, racist or something, and people got mad.
Well, I thought
I can't
thought
remember.
that
There was one guy I know who was racist and talking about, all the usual talking points, but then it was outed that he was like living on welfare and other government handouts.
I don't know who that was. This is
he was a gay guy, but he was like one of those I'm gay, but I'm like right leaning and race realist.
Yeah, this one happened recently. It was like he was gone for a while, then he came back with 2 podcasts, and then his channel got deleted. And it was mostly talking about the whole LGBT thing.
I don't know about Common Filth because after whatever the original scandal, I didn't hear anything else about him.
I don't necessarily think there was one. I think he just went to IRL stuff for a while and focused on that, and then maybe last month or so just kind of came back out of nowhere.
Well, you could be right. I thought that there was a scandal, and then based on that, it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna leave because I want to do. Because I remember him saying he wanted to just work on, real life stuff, but that seemed to have followed after that scandal, but not immediately after.
Yeah, there's so many different people that kind of come and go, and so I'm not sure. Like, there was the Braving Rune guy, there was Mouthy Buddha or whatever. Mm-hmm. Those are the other people that I can think of where there was some sort of quote-unquote scandal thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's always something with these people, because they, in some cases, they just never can keep their mouth shut. And that's what always gets them. They run their mouth about something, and then it turns out that they're just projecting. So at first they're like, oh, well, this is dumb, and then everybody's on board with them because they're saying all the things they like, and then they get like the, it's not roaming millennial, but it's like something millennial. That was a guy who, he was gay, and he was all into
something
race realism.
Millennial, huh?
And all that conservatism stuff, and then and he was like, oh, I don't like black people because all they do is take government entitlements and all that other stuff, and then he was exposed for doing that very thing.
That's that's something.
So he kind of ran off for a while after that. Oops.
Yeah, I don't know what the what the right course of action is in that kind of situation. He kind of blew it. I guess CF gave up before and wanted to just work a normal job after being doxxed by Mike Enoch. Yeah, see, I'm not too familiar with those people, so I don't really know their whatever it is that they're arguing about. So it's kind of strange to hear that. The whole doxing thing is just stupid.
I'm gonna dox you, bro. Broseph.
Oh, come on. I found a way to maybe beat this guy, and instead I'm just getting destroyed now in a different way. He's coming out with all these attacks.
He's coming out, I get it.
That does seem to be the case. Running out of MP. Everything's going wrong.
I have to be honest and say I think this guy came out a long time.
I need more healing magic. That's what I really need, desperately. But I think we're dead. Shit. No, I meant the idea that people get mad at your opinion on the internet, and then for some reason they have to find you in real life. That's just, that to me is the stupid part. I understand, like, the utility of, oh, you know, my place of work would not be happy with my online activities or whatever. Which I think is kind of also kind of silly that they have to get that involved in people's personal lives.
You're representing the company.
Really? Even after hours, I have to be representing you all the time.
Yes, you're always representing them or some such.
How about the moment you take off the uniform or whatever that you're forced to do? That's when you stop being representative.
No, we can't have that. You're always representing them. That's just the way that it has to be.
Well, the thing is when it comes to all those corporations and stuff, I really question the legitimacy of how far they actually care about those things. It's just kind of... It seems to be they do it because it's like the in vogue thing to do.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which, I mean, apparently still leads to consequences for people because they have to put on a show about how much they care, but I don't see what it really amounts to aside from we care. If I could just do Chainsaw and Cure, I guess I would be set, but it feels like that is going to take a very long time to be effective. Maybe Silence? I have to say that this is my least favorite change about this hack. They kind of ruined this battle. I at least understand the Mage Masher one later on in the game because you're prepared with a hell of a lot more magic.
Well, these guys, they have to make things more difficult. Otherwise, it wouldn't be worth playing.
I have never really understood that mindset. There's so many other things that are appealing about this, or at least what's listed as being different in this version of the game, but they have to worry about difficulty instead. It's just kind of silly.
That seems to be like the very first thing that ROM hackers in general do.
It's baby's first hack.
Yeah.
I guess it's because it's probably one of the easiest things to change, but...
That definitely has something to do with it. It requires less of an effort to figure all that out.
But this person has done so many other things to this that, it's... They obviously have the talent to mess with whatever they want.
Yeah, I don't like when people think that they need to tell me whether or not their idea of what makes it more challenging is valid or not. Because I don't care. I enjoy the game for the game, not for difficulty.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that difficulty is, there's a really fine line. There's a challenge, and then there's just obnoxiously frustrating, and far too often we very easily cross over into obnoxiously frustrating, like we have in this battle.
Definitely that.
I mean, if there's like a tell that I'm not seeing, and that makes it a little bit more reasonable, fine, but I don't see it. It looks like a complete guessing game, and that doesn't seem useful to me. Oh, and he heals himself too, really? Okay. I mean, it was only 89, but that's not what you want to see. Certainly sucks only having one person that can do any damage, though.
They just have to make it difficult.
I don't mind DLive. I like it better than Twitch. I mean, yeah, there's always going to be some obnoxious concern with rules and stuff, but they don't seem too bad about it.
They kind of scared everybody off in the beginning, though, when people were moving over to it.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they said, but that frightened a lot of people. It's like, oh, we care about.
Oh, they put out one of those stupid statements that was like, the stereotypical customer. I would like if StreamMe was still around. That was a pretty good site.
Unfortunately, they just didn't want to do that.
The one thing I did think that was kind of goofy about StreamMe was, like, I liked that they had the leaderboard contest thing, but I thought that it was kind of dumb that they didn't change it at first, but people could just kind of like replay content to climb the board, and that sort of made it not as fun.
Or they would just stream other people's content. Like,
yeah,
a bunch of people just doing like Medicare video streams. But what I thought was funnier when people were getting mad and they were trying to basically tattle and say, "Oh, you guys are letting the alt-right in here," and it was really they were just whining because they had the leaderboards, and then when
it got swept away.
Yeah,
because that Narcissus, perfect name, by the way.
Yeah,
I forgot what their real name is, but I guess that would be dead naming.
Yeah, it would be. So you can't do that.
Come on, Chainsaw, what's going on? I guess maybe the chainsaw works sometimes because there's a physical barrier. Maybe. But I dare not risk it because I don't want to heal him. I mean, I've done some, not just gaming streams here, but I've done a couple of the podcast ones too, and I've never really had any issues come up yet, so that doesn't necessarily mean there aren't any potential problems, but if there are, I haven't seen them. I think if you put the X status on your stream, yeah, that's usually what Killstream has to do. Come on, break out of the confused. It's just a stupid status effect. Oh, she can absorb all of them. Maybe I should be doing that. Man, that's kind of obnoxious. Even his regular attack confuses. Medicare has no problems here. I figure if he can get by, anyone can. Yeah, I mean, that's probably true. I saw a thread on Twitter earlier. Some people were a little bit annoyed because this female streamer did a shower stream. I guess she got around it by doing it in a swimsuit, but they were just kind of like, oh great, here we go.
What could possibly go wrong in that scenario?
I guess I don't understand the appeal here, but it seems like that stuff is always profitable somehow.
It's got to be profitable.
We need like 4 more chainsaw
They can't
hits.
get real jobs, so they got to make their money somewhere.
Four more chainsaw hits, and we'd be. Oh no, that's cold. He just did heal force for 1,500. Nearly back to square one. That's just not right.
So is that like the gimmick with this battle, is using Nick or whatever?
I guess it's a good idea to use it, but I can't figure out what the gimmick is as far as doing damage. It just seems completely random. Sometimes the chainsaw works, others it doesn't, so I'm guessing there's some sort of barrier that it's able to break through. But it doesn't always work, so...
Well, you know, things can't be consistent.
Damn poison. If I could even absorb his heal magic, that would be ideal. Maybe... He's turning me to stone, too. Okay, Explosion Fist worked. Let's give that another try. Conveniently, he was put to sleep.
I mean, that's how they have to do it sometimes.
Come on, don't do the instant death. That's so stupid. That shouldn't even be a thing that happens when it's a boss fight, because it's obviously not going to work. Does Runic only absorb one spell? I thought it was as long as her turn lasted. Well, as far as frustrating battles goes, this is up there. Stream's dropping out a bit. My connection is good on OBS, so it must be the site. Hopefully it fixes itself. At this rate, I may have to drop out anyway, because I can't finish this damn battle. What a joke.
How embarrassing, as the cool kids say.
Why would... I still don't understand this completely. There you go, wake up. If I could have 2 people attacking instead of 1... Oh, is he still streaming too? I didn't realize that. I saw that he was on earlier.
He's still streaming?
Flamenco.
Who's that?
He goes on Killstream sometimes.
Oh. Is there going to be any, I guess, so-called permanent co-hosts, or is he still kind of just going through?
You know, I'm not sure. I haven't heard. Oh dear. Hurry, hurry. Come on. Oh, he did heal force again. I don't know if I can... Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. He just keeps healing himself.
Yeah, it's sounding pretty frustrating.
I guess I'd have to look and see if there's some sort of strategy that I'm missing. Of course, that's going to be fun because it seems like instead of people doing videos on this game, they do streams. So, it's going to take a little bit of digging. To find the battle. What a dumb thing to do, though. I remember in the original version, this battle being like 3 minutes tops. You could just wreck him.
You can't do that anymore.
Yeah, I saw I've heard all the Mumkey Jones text messages. That was quite the ride.
I don't really know anything about that. I've kind of heard something, but
it's oh boy. It's not the kind of thing that it's definitely not the kind of thing that you would want out for the entire internet to see.
Is that a yikes big oof cheats?
Oh, it's all of those combined, definitely. Yep, there goes heal force again, so I'm pretty sure he's back at like max HP. Alright, well, let's at least try to be productive with this stream, since we're not getting anywhere here. Let's forget about the game for a sec and go searching for a stream that contains this battle and see what the strategy was. And then, if I can't do anything, I can't do anything. Let me pull up the good old browser. And close this. Oh, wait. There we go. Final Fantasy VI T Edition. Yeah, he's gonna have a hard time coming back from that one. I don't...
I mean, he's already done so many things that I can't see him really coming back from at all because of all the stuff he's already done.
It's quite the downward spiral. I mean, I guess he still has, decent Patreon support and viewership somehow. I guess there's people that are that are always like that, that'll seemingly stick around no matter what, but it's... I'm sure if he keeps it up, it'll keep dropping off. Okay, here, this seems to be a stream.
I clears the cryptos.
Containing the fight. Alright, let me see if there's a trick.
Wow. You can barely even get anywhere in the first meeting. Yeah, you can
Okay, lower that a little bit.
This is like a job interview. What's your greatest weakness? None. Well, you should be able to answer that way because it's a retarded question. I mean, in job interviews.
Oh, wait,
I can't be the only one that's like, did you just like read this from a how to do job interviews book?
This is already...
It says he's vulnerable to sleep.
I mean, you tried that, didn't you?
Wait, how did he tell?
I need adult.
I don't see any indication of how he figured out that he was weak against Earth. This is so ridiculous.
You want the honest answer?
So it says if he's weak against holy, use horrible. Yeah, I get that. Can also use the element that's opposite to what he's doing. Winder. Really? But nobody had... We definitely don't have any Earth stuff in the party at this point of the game.
They would do something like that, though.
Nope, that heals. Let me just skip ahead a little bit and see how this battle goes for them. Seems like they're having the same sort of issues that I was having. Zero damage. I didn't even get a chance to... You know, it would be nice if I'd have been able to damage MP and... Yep, see, there goes the healing. How did they beat him? I'm just going off on like random tangents. Okay.
There's also like a whole bunch of new bosses.
He's almost dead. Yeah, see, they just go and he just goes and heals himself. Okay, see, if I can manage to hit him with the right barrier, I guess it does a lot of damage, but the likelihood that that's going to happen seems to be disappearing. I am tempted, though, to try.
Little by little.
I wish he would. I wish he would change to like lightning or something, because I have level 2. Oh shit! I healed him for a whole bunch. If he would do blizzard or lightning, I would be set. But I guess it can't be that simple.
It never can be that simple.
Let me try sleep. Yeah, turn lock to stone. Go ahead.
Why not? Everybody's getting stoned.
The everybody's doing it argument.
If everybody's doing it, then you should do it too. That's what I was taught.
The wonders of peer pressure.
If everybody's doing it, you have to. That's just the law.
Don't you want to be cool? Don't you want to impress your friends? Isn't that how this works?
And the sad thing is, people still do that after all that whining growing up about.
Like not
peer
giving into
pressure.
peer pressure, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, well, it's not drugs anymore. It's just whatever stupid thing is popular.
Alright, this might work. So if I do the sleep, it's the current year. I don't remember the first time I heard that, but I feel like it was a while ago.
2014 or 2015. Because I remember making a joke that it's like every year it's just going to change. And that's how we got to the current year. Because they would always say, well, it's 20... I remember it started early in your YouTube channel. They said, well, it's 2015. A bunch of different videos you were doing where people were saying, well, it's 2015. You shouldn't do
How is this
And-
thing? How is this still a thing in 2015?
And like in 2011 or 2012, I read some article where this...
Yeah, I feel like
woman-
they did that on Tumblr back then.
Yeah, and there was this woman who was trying to get her daughter into a religious school and somehow thought she should be totally allowed to do that when it's a religion that didn't look favorably on her sexual orientation.
Oh, okay.
And then on top of that, like to make matters worse, like pretty much everything that they don't agree with, divorce, same-sex marriage, all of that, she did all that because she put, there was like it asked for the father's name, and rather than giving whoever the actual father, biological father was, she crossed it out, wrote mother, and then put her spouse's name in there. But at that time, she was separated from her, so.
Oh yeah, that's the other one. Don't you want to be on the right side of history?
Yeah, but I remember when they interviewed her in the news, she was like, "Well, it's the 20th century, and they should just learn to accept or whatever dumb thing."
Okay, he's almost dead. Come on, give me a chance here. Put him to sleep. Put him to sleep. Sabin, you moron. He's just spinning around confused. No! Who else has sleep? Of course Locke doesn't. Come on, oh no, her MP's gone. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? He used Heal Force. I almost had him. You son of a bitch. You absolute son of a bitch.
Couldn't make it too easy.
I used the elixir on the wrong guy. Fuck. Whatever, I'll use another one. I don't give a shit anymore. Well, I know I can do it like this. I just have to keep casting sleep. The problem was I ran out of MP right when I needed to damage him again. Oh, I'm gonna kill you.
Whoa, hey now. Can't use language like that.
I can't keep up with any of this. We're too slow. Bunch of useless party members. And he died. So the high potion goes to waste. just keeps happening. Maybe I should try a suplex. I forgot the button combination. But I feel like since it's physical damage, it would do okay. Alright, so there's like a little bit over 1,000 damage.
He doesn't have that much.
It's about 14. Yeah, he only has like 5,000, so I was very close to killing him. I think he probably had about 500-600 left when I last. Nah. Why is this a thing? And the most obnoxious battle award goes to number 24, the most useless boss, previously the most useless boss, who has now been promoted to practical godhood. Oh, he heal forced again. Alright, what is the combination? I gotta find suplex. It's like XY, up, down, up, XY or something.
XY, down, up.
Oh, it's XY, down, up?
Yep.
Alright.
I mean, unless they changed it.
No, it's XY, down, up. I wonder... I gotta try to do it. Okay. XY, down, up. Hopefully it does more damage than this stupid explosion fist. Oh, come on, Edgar. Meteo Strike, I guess they call it now.
Yeah, that's the original name.
Which, again, is strange, because I'm not sure what script it's drawing from, then. Because this was supposed... In parts, it just reads like the old Super Nintendo one. What is a forest bath? Well, I don't know. I'm quickly losing what little patience I had to start with.
Wearing thin.
I mean, it's just... I had him down to near death like 3 or 4 times now. Huh. I've exhausted all of my items. I'm half tempted to like restart the battle, and just since I can do sleep and the 2 physical attacks, maybe it'll be a little bit better, but I don't know what the better option is.
That just might have to be it.
It might. I thought he was asleep. Does he wake up after 1 attack? If that's the case, not as useful as I thought it was. That damn confusion attack. Overuse of status effects is definitely another hack issue. You weren't supposed to hit him, you jackass. Alright, he appears to be asleep. Got him. Finally. Whew. That really felt like it took forever. I don't know how long it actually was, but I feel like I've been sitting here for like 2 hours. Not accurate, but...
Maybe an hour.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that felt long, but I think we only started 2 hours ago, so...
Yeah. Maybe I'll try... Oh, boy, I hope I can finish this place. I'm gonna go use a tent. Or should I? No, is there another save point? I don't remember. I think there is. Because there's that whole stupid battle on the tracks as well coming up.
Yeah.
Some minecart madness.
Yeah, Donkey Kong Country.
Okay, here's all the espers. Give me all your powers. Come on, guys. Banana suit, Sid. He only looks a little bit different. Received a ton of magicite. Man, this cutscene needs to end. I need a quick bathroom break.
Bio break, as the cool kids call it.
I haven't heard anybody say that in a while.
I haven't heard it recently, but at one of my old jobs, they used to say that a lot. Like, let's take a quick bio break and...
Is that supposed to be less crude?
Yeah. That's the argument.
All right then.
Whether or not you want to accept it.
Man, I didn't think bathroom was a bad word, but
the business world, they just love to make things more complicated and more annoying than they need to be. So it's like nothing can ever be simple. It's always, let's add stuff we didn't need to it.
even restroom would have been acceptable.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they said in school. Can I use the restroom? But they can't do that anymore.
Quick over here. How about no? I would like to take this moment to check on my magic. Cure, yeah, he's really... I think they redid the espers too, because these spells are all different. Yeah, Modwin doesn't even teach the same spells. He's actually crap in this version. He teaches, I think that's Drain, Haste, and Rasp.
What doesn't Rasp take MP?
Yeah, it's MP damage. That would have been useful prior to this moment.
No, we can't make it too easy.
Okay, so there is a save point down here. That's good. Alright, while we're at the save point, I'm going to take a quick moment to use the bathroom real quick. I will be right back. Okay. I think I will do this minecart part, and that will be probably a decent stopping point. If I can beat this boss, that is.
Get to save.
Yeah, I got to save before.
Battle. I mean, before the IAF battle.
Oh, that's... I forgot that was there too. Damn it. Well, maybe I'll have to do both. Oh, it's the crane or whatever?
Yeah.
Why do I have the feeling that one's going to be really annoying?
For me as a kid, that was already annoying, so I can't say that I have the happiest or the most positive of thoughts, which I know is not right because we need to be positive. But we need to
Hashtag positivity.
Yeah, we need to have like Gary V posters in our room or something. That's what you're supposed to do, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I mean, it came from a trustworthy person. It's always reliable and never contradictory. That we need to be more positive.
If you're not living that positive life, what are you living for?
So. Exactly. That's what we're here for.
These are some of the strangest monsters in this game. It's like they're just mutants with built-in wheels.
Yeah, that's a bit odd there.
I always kind of considered that they were experiments or something.
Yeah, that would seem plausible. That's kind of what I thought. I'm like, oh yeah, they're just testing.
They're testing these monsters before they release them.
Exactly.
We're just doing our part to help out. Like, you guys need to go back to the drawing board. It looks like you're still in beta.
Yeah, speaking of beta.
The use of that was intentional.
Body slam. Wait, did they... It looks like they made another change. Unless I just don't remember it. But it feels like for some of these, they changed it from hiragana to kanji. Because I could have sworn that the Phoenix dance is always hiragana and it was never kanji.
That might be, because I didn't really play the Super Famicom version prior to this. I mean, I've seen screenshots, but I don't recall. I mean, they also changed the graphic of the Phoenix dance, so it wouldn't surprise me. Like, it's actual phoenixes instead of just a bunch of Sabins dancing around. Well, here's the boss. Oh, this is definitely different boss music. Is this Final Fantasy VII music? I think it might be. I remember being able to steal stuff from the different parts of this guy.
Yeah.
So now I'm kind of hesitant to just outright kill him, but at the same time, I know how the bosses in this version are, so I'm not really excited to let it drag out. Interesting hearing the soundtrack to Final Fantasy VII in this style.
Unfortunately, I can't hear it, but maybe if there's a replay, I'll check it out.
I'm going to try to have
maybe
them both downloaded and uploaded to YouTube.
I was going to say, or maybe somebody just has it on YouTube or something.
Well, I didn't get to steal from the hands. They just got wiped out from counterattacks. Uh-oh.
What, more cheap?
I thought that skill was going to be a lot stronger than it was, but it wasn't. He's dead. Didn't get to steal, though.
Well, you know, stealing is wrong. So I'm told.
They do say that. But do they really mean it?
Of course they don't really mean it.
Oh wait, there is a save point. But since I'm here... Oh, jeez. I just encountered a chaser. Make of that what you will.
As long as it's not a bug chaser. That one would just be the worst.
Oh no, not these guys. Oh, the death spell. Oh wait, we gained a level. It's no longer useful. Wiped us out pretty much near completely last time. Was worried for a moment there.
But no need.
False alarm. Man, I did use a lot of items though. That sucks.
At least it's not the Guardian, the news site, or the actual enemy.
I just can't believe how long that battle took. That seems unnecessary.
There are so many unbelievable things about, well, a lot of things.
Come on, I don't want to fight these anymore. Let's get to the crane.
I really used to like that sound effect a lot as a kid, when the cranes come up before you have to fight them.
Oh yeah.
Don't ask me why, I just did.
Well, here they come. I'm guessing we're in for some more status effects, because what would a boss fight be without that?
I mean, that's the life that we have to live.
I think you can steal something good from one of these guys, too.
If I'm not mistaken, it was fairly difficult to do, but yes.
The air anchor, maybe?
Maybe.
Man, I can never get that. I don't see it being much more possible in a more difficult version of the game either. But we'll see. Oh, he has fire too. That's nice. I guess Ifrit's gonna heal the guy, yeah.
How could you, Ifrit? How could you?
They're just not on my side. What can I say?
He's not on the right side of history.
7 flush.
I remember that one.
The funniest one to get in this battle is the airship bombing, because you're fighting on the airship. Like, wait a minute, where does that come from? We're riding on it. Just gotta chalk it up to video game logic.
Yeah, that's always the approach.
Alright, well, I stole from one side. Let's see if I can get the other. Oh, it's a drill. Nice. I was looking for that. Man, his cure magic leaves much to be desired. Oh, that side died before I could steal from it.
Well, at least it's not as hard as the other one then.
Yeah, at least I got the drill. I guess that's better than nothing.
I take it you're a big Mighty Number 9 fan.
You know, I never really even looked at, I think the only thing I've seen of that is the initial trailer, and that was so long ago that I remembered it just not looking good.
Yeah, and then you also made a video or something pretending.
Oh, that's
that-
right. It was some random Mega Man hack.
Yeah, because I called it Mega Man number 9 in the comment section.
Are they well, apparently only Edgar survived that battle.
Well, at least you got the airship, right?
Yeah, that was... Back to Zozo. Do they bring you there? Like, is it... I guess it
I
is.
think they take you there automatically.
And you get the cutscene, and... Jeez, I really chose a bad time to... put things to an end. Oh man, I have to go through the whole background. Oh boy. Alright. Well, they're using the underworld music from Final Fantasy IV. The cave, the Feymark, or whatever it was. Cave of Summoned
You had to
Monsters.
call it that, didn't you?
Yeah, unfortunately. I preferred Land of Summoned Monsters, but...
Yeah, they had to go and call it something else.
Yeah, who cares if she's weak? Let's hurry this up. I think they changed the color of her hair.
Oh, let me see.
Yeah, she used to be blonde, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like greenish now.
I guess to justify Terra's hair.
I guess. I mean,
I mean, you didn't need a justification for that, but
yeah, I always kind of just chalked it up to the whole half thing.
yeah, I mean, I didn't really need them to do that on my behalf, but hey.
It's like, yeah, these are some wild-looking creatures. could see where that comes from. It's the mating dance. Whoever came up with that scene, pure genius.
Which one?
Where they just start like spiraling
they
around
see-
each other, and then all of a sudden the two little glistening pieces
Yeah,
become the
like
baby.
I didn't realize that was how conception worked. You just need to dance around, and then both of you have twinkles, and when they combine, they become a human.
Oh, I just punched that fairy right across the face. Terra's alright. Not for long. Yeah, now this guy has to go and open his fat mouth and scare her off. Let's ruin everything. Is there any use to exploring?
Whoa,
around
hey,
here?
hey! This is a children's game. Let's not use language like that. And what kind of person, like, okay, we just had a child together, and I'm just gonna dart out of the room.
That is a good question. Whoops. This is a representation of reproductive rights.
Yeah, there you go. We need to get OK Cupid in here.
The whole baby getting sucked through the doorway and then the two walls closing.
Yep. Also, I don't understand why, if they were like, oh, we wanted to use exotic names, why they changed her name to Madonna. Because that was more well known than what her Japanese name is, which is Madeline.
That is true. Yeah. Especially at that time.
Yeah.
Alright. Tara's back, finally.
I don't think they ever explained what happened to her mom, though. Her dad, you find out when you go to
Yeah.
research.
I guess it looked like she just got hit and that was her death. I don't know.
Wait, what is this? Death Wish 3? You can just get punched?
I
Or you can just have a
assume
punch death?
I assume he like hit her with a rock or something. That's what. For some reason, that's what I always imagined. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe because it seems silly to me that she would just die from a punch.
I don't know. I don't think they explained that well. Like, they didn't even bother to say, oh, hey, that person we saw was your dad. But I guess that was the whole point of showing the Esper, is that, oh, hey, this is your father, and he's sharing his memories.
Yeah, he's also screwed. There's no coming back from that.
Not at all. Not after they found that way of turning them into stones.
Talk about a dysfunctional father-daughter relationship. I carry my dad around as a rock. I was like, Tara, there's something deeply wrong with you.
No daddy issues for Tara.
None at all. Usually I have at least 2 ice brands when I leave there, but I guess might be because I missed out on stealing one.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure there's 2.
Nuts. Yeah, I think you steal it from the arm of the guy, and, well, that didn't work out well at all. What do I want in my party? This is not the party I want. I feel like I need to use Gao since he's, like, better now.
He doesn't actually suck now.
He has a lot more HP, too. Well, maybe we'll use him for a little while. If I do the unequip thing, hopefully it unequips all of the espers as well. Everybody's naked.
Party time.
Oh, I do have 2 ice brands. Huh. I'll take it. I don't remember how that happened exactly. Mithril, white dress. White dress is good. For all you magic-loving people. How about magic? I don't know. I'm not too excited about what they've done with the changing the way that espers teach magic, or changing the magic that they teach.
You can't. Oh, they changed the magic, but not the way that you learn it.
Yeah, I mean, you still learn it the same way, but the espers just don't teach the same things that they did before.
Yeah, that sounds dumb.
Because I don't think it was a bad setup at all. But times have changed. Let's see, where do we go? Let's go by Seraphim. Oh boy, I get to do the auction houses too. That's a load of fun.
With the spoiled kid.
Yeah, I wonder if you can actually. They've changed it so you can actually buy that stuff this time. I feel like they've probably added stuff. I really just want the espers out of it, but. Oh, there's a battle. You fight Seraphim now. Come on. Wow. And it's not an easy battle either.
Well, of course not. That would be ridiculous.
Jeez. Oh, Gao, you may have screwed me over, too. Berserk is not what I want to see in a battle like this. Seriously? I didn't save. I have to do it over again.
Wait, you have to do what over again?
I'm not even sure where I last saved. I didn't know.
I think right before you fought the crane.
Fuck. I didn't know this was a fight. Oh, man. Why? Yeah, it was right before I fought the cranes. I'm gonna try to. I don't know. Why didn't I save? I didn't. I had no idea they turned that into a boss fight.
Yeah, that seems dumb. They wouldn't communicate that.
I should have at least save stated though. That was foolish on my part. I really don't want to watch these cutscenes. Isn't there any way to fast forward with... I guess not.
That would be too easy.
If there is, I just don't know the hotkey for it. Customize hotkeys. Wait, fast forward, tab. Okay, that's... There we go. That means I have to try to steal the drill all over again. Can it be done? Nope. Give me the Mysidian rabbit. I like how that's a thing in a game with no town of Mysidia.
Well, that makes sense somewhere.
Maybe it's like an ancient place or something that just doesn't exist anymore in the current year of Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah, even in Final Fantasy VI, current year is a bad thing.
There's the airship bombing. Wow, that does a lot of damage. Okay, can we just fast forward through those attacks? I'm tired of seeing that. Okay. Got him. Some more fast forwarding. Because we don't need to go through this again at slow speed.
Speed it along.
Okay, grab the girl, take her back to the room, and apparently somehow that means you spend like 5 minutes together and decide to have a baby. That's how that works.
That's how life is now. Just
Oh, well, you guess you're not wrong.
you know somebody for like 5 minutes, and then you have a baby with. You dance around, and then you have two twinkles, and that you don't even get pregnant anymore. That's just instant baby.
All right, come on.
I learned about sexual reproduction from Final Fantasy series.
What a magical process it is.
I sure had egg on my face when I tried to do that when I became an adult.
All right, come on. Well, this is helping it along so that I don't have to spend too much time on the same thing. Then I can just get to my save point. Little obnoxious that I went and re-equipped everybody and stuff, but we could just do that next time.
First time to learn things or something. Alright.
This rock was my father?
Alright, Tara, you're creeping us out here.
Alright, let's land. I have to prepare for that Esper boss battle that I did not know existed. Alright. I think I'm going to cut the stream here. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you